Same question I asked the general. You might have a different understanding. Could be the same thing.
Right.
And that is the mark of the beast. Is it a physical mark or is it a spiritual mark?
Right. You seeing brothers in this cookout marked right now with the Spirit of the Lord. And because they mark with the Spirit of the Lord in their forehead, their action, which is what the hand symbolizes, causes us to form and do all the stuff that we're doing. We're doing all this for no pay. Ain't none of us getting paid. But we're marked with a certain information that forces us to live a certain way. You get marked, not you, of course. You get marked with Christianity, you will be forced to live a certain... You ever have your parents tell you, join the military? You ever hear that? You should join the military.
My parents always told me don't join.
Right, but some say join the military. You know, when you join the military, you still gonna be a killer, but just for America's enemies. So now you still, and people, that's the psychology. So we look at it like it's okay to kill for America, but it's wrong if we killing each other. Ain't it all murder? But when you mark with that information that the military is the answer, you will believe that. You go into their police force. You gonna go into their police force, especially in New York City. You gonna have the stop and frisk rule. Stop and frisk rule targeted who? It didn't target white people. It targeted blacks and Hispanics to lock them up for anything. Here's a stat most people don't understand. I'm gonna give you two stats. When you look up the FBI statistics, right, and it show the arrests, it'll show more white people technically have been arrested than black people. But when you break it down by percentage, because we're only 12% of the population, it'll look like black people are more arrested than white people per capita, right? And so that's the argument that a white man will give you. Here's the argument that most black people don't know. When you look up who has been exonerated for false crimes, black people are number one, which tells you the arrests that black people are getting is because they're padding the stats. It doesn't match that they actually committed the crime. But you won't believe that. So when we talk about the mark of the beast, that information that you take into your head will force you to take the action with your hand symbolized. The Bible say that the law is supposed to be a sign on your hand. Does that mean we write all the laws on our hand? No, that don't mean we write all the laws on our hand. It means we carry out the laws. So when it talks about your head and your hand is the information, your hand is the action. And it's all spiritual. No, well, first of all, as I like to always say, yeah.
He said, what greater chip can the white man put in your head?
Right.
To make niggas do what they ain't doing already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what chip there? I mean, he controlling niggas. Listen, he controlling us. There's nothing that he legalized weed. Now we think weed is the greatest thing. He legalized homosexuality. We coming out and
Shalom. First thing and foremost, something about praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashimi, Hawashai, Bashim, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashimi, Hawashai, wherever it may be. Boy, oh boy, man. This is the famous Captain Tazariak from the ISUPK that you see here with that's actually speaking and breaking down the scriptures totally wrong. Like he went into all this psychobabble nonsense about blacks are number one and being exonerated, which that's a true statistic. In fact, I was actually just watching something on that, so that's not too far-fetched. But what in the hell does that have to do with buying and selling with the MOTB? Okay, see, these guys, man, they come with this left-hand rhetoric because I'm only thinking one thing at this point. Well, two things. Either you stupid as hell or you sold out. And I'm gravitating towards the latter because if you understand that these groups are set up by Esau Edom under the 503 tax exemption, I believe UPK, IUIC, all these other groups are funded by 501c3, which is a government tax exemption. Basically, you're tax exempt, so all the money you bring in is like you're making a killing. But it's no coincidence that all these camps are refraining from teaching the MOTB when clearly this shit is right in our goddamn face, man. They're talking about smart cities, 15-minute smart cities. How do you think that's going to run? How do you think that this new technology that they're getting ready to link up to the banking system, your medical records, how in the hell do you think that these things are gonna articulate themselves, so to speak? And that probably wasn't a good word, but still, you get the point. Do you know in the brain, Neuralink, which neural goes into the brain, neurological, like neural, which is the brain, and link connecting the brain to the Internet of Things. So basically, you become like a computer processor. Basically, you are the computer. You see, and a person that's paraplegic, that can't walk again, and he gets Neuralink, and he's able to walk again. And the scripture said that they had sight to deceive men in the sight of these miracles, roughly paraphrasing Revelation 13:14. When it goes into the miracles, what do you call that? When a man that was told, well, look, he ain't gonna never walk again because he has damage in spinal brachioles, L3 to C2 to L7, which is basically from the top of the cranial nerve all the way down to your butt. So if you have spinal damage to the point that you're paralyzed, but yet you have Neuralink that's able to basically bypass all that and create its own unique pathway to connect to the brain, to rewrite the structure in the brain to learn how to walk again. That's a miracle, man. So the MARK, the charagma, it's not spiritual, bro. It's a physical thing. And see, the cop-out is, well, I ain't gonna take it if it is. See, that's the cop-out. That's what they use to finagle that they can switch the doctrine back up. And the only reason why they buck up against it is because we send it. Because these groups have so much hatred for Great Millstone, it's ridiculous. And that's all spiritual, by the way. But, we're bums. We're low life. We all this shit. But wait a minute. We just all these things. Then why you hate us so much? Like, I never seen somebody hating somebody because they're a bum. Like, you see a bum on the street, you don't hate him. He just pretty much insignificant, or, you ain't really thinking about him like that. Because he's a bum. It's like, okay, he's not really a threat. He's just in bad case. Let him be. If that's the case with us, then why y'all harping so hard on our tail to change the doctrine? You see? Because these men are wicked men, man. And Cesariak, these guys, man, they call themselves the prophets of Israel, the men of the Lord. A prophet is not going to tell you, oh, well, the MOTB is a spiritual mark. You ain't with no prophet talking like that, man. But it's beautiful, though, because that shows us who the Most High is going to protect in the time to come and who he's not. And honestly speaking, these ninjas from these other groups, IUIC, UPK, all these groups, man, the Most High is going to start dissecting these men, chopping them down, okay, because they're coming with left-hand rhetoric. Like he said, brother said, this ninja pulled that smooth out his ass. He did. And the brother, Zachariah Allah, Remnant Secret Bar 9931, it says, he keeps asking the same question to the same sellout 50 times. And you got to understand, Sarnetta is just a grimy-ass dude, bro. I mean, you can just hear in his voice, he's all about gimmicks and sales pitches. That's all this guy is. The reason why he harps on the Israelite tip so much is because the controversy, and it brings him numbers. Sarnetta has really got more popular because the Israelites came on his show. So these little agreements he got with UPK, Sakari, his little friends in his circle, they all in link when it comes to getting numbers up, man, because this dude, what's this guy's name? Sarnetta, man. If it ain't the great thing, it's this. If it ain't that, then it's who the Israelites is. This is just a bunch of bullshit, man. It's straightforward. It's not that goddamn hard, man. But it says, without that verse 17, these guys could pervert the prophecy and make any breakdown they want. And this is the reason why they would never go into verse 17. When you go into Revelation 13 and 17, you have to break down the buying and selling aspect of it. Okay? You have to break down buying and selling. And you cannot break down buying and selling with a spiritual mark. You go to a grocery store and get a loaf of wheat bread and say, well, hey, I want to buy this wheat bread. You think the cashier is going to say, okay, do you have the spiritual mark? Or what's your God? They ain't going to ask you that, man. You think they finna sit up here and ask every motherfucker that come through their line? That on a lower level, that's debilitating, man. Here you got a line of 30 people. Because sometimes them checkout lines, especially in Walmart, man, them shits have like 20, 30 people in. You think the cashier finna ask everybody, all right, what's your religion? Do you got the spiritual mark of the MOTB? Do you got that? Do you got this? No, man. You're going to literally swipe with your goddamn hand. But anyway, the hell with these niggas, man. All right, let me go ahead here. What the hell? Hold up 1 second, brother. Salakia. Had a couple of precepts lined up because it's a lying spirit in the mouth of these prophets, man. Okay, so this is Proverbs 15:2. It says, the tongue of the wise useth knowledge or right, but the mouth of fools poured out foolishness, man. Okay, and Tazariak is speaking pure madness, and he knows this. Okay, I refuse to believe that Tazariak is that goddamn stupid. Like it says, he answered that question like he was a Hotep dude. Yeah, all these niggas always want to come with this type of erratic speech. Well, you know, Plymouth, we ain't landing on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landing on us. So Malcolm, you know, they gotta have that. You know, like what's this guy named King Jabari, whatever the hell his name is, King Jabari. Them East Coast niggas that's into all types of black unconscious. They always gotta have that. Well, you know, when a white man came over here, we broke down 666 being the melanin, and we get niggas. Shut up, man. Just shut the fuck up with that shit. I hate that. That's how you know when a nigga is fake, man. When they come with all this Hotep hip-hop bullshit, man. Even niggas in the truth teaching like that. Reading Joel 3:2, bro. Thus the Lord said, the children of Israel. Like, man, look, just read the scriptures and read it with authority, brother. All right? We don't need all that fucking acting. I hate that shit, bro. I see a nigga like I walk away from him. Niggas always trying to be deep. You know? But it says he answered that question like he was a Hotep dude. Just like them saying all those words and still don't answer the question. Like you saying a bunch of nothing, man. You know? Cesaria is a clown, bro. Period. He's a straight up clown. He's a fucking clown. But it says, but the mouth of fools poured out foolishness. Yeah, he's a fucking fool, man. All right? And that's what happens when you under that guy, General Yohana. See, Yohana don't care about your guy. See, Yohana, he don't care about his congregation like that. He don't care about you guys getting destroyed with him because, like Apostles of the Heart say, he said, Yohana know he ain't going to make it up out of here in the first round. But see, that's a spiritual thing because if you're in the right mindset, you can just say, well, won't these guys just repent? If these men, like, damn, you would think that these men been in the truth 20 plus years. You would think that they would like, you know, you would see it from the outside looking in and it was like, damn, you know, like, this is scary. Like, why is these guys like this pompous? Like, they're really knocking on death's door with these fucking breakdowns, man. And they're so bold with these statements. You looking from the outside in, that's scary. You know, in the amount of time they've been in this faith, you would think that they know better. But the Most High has a spirit of delusion on these men, bro. And that's a real demon. To be that delusional. Because when you start lying at first, it fucks with your conscience. But then when you start believing the lie that you've been telling, and you know it's a lie, but you still believe it, you in some trouble, man. You know? Proverbs 15:14 says, the heart of him that have understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeding on foolishness, man. And this is what happens when you link up the Israelite doctrine with a bunch of Hotep niggas, man. Okay, as much as Sarnetta have been around the Hebrew Israelites, from Sakari to the ISUPK, because these are the two most groups he spend the most time with, you would think that Sarnetta would have repented by now, but Sarnetta don't care. He wants the money. He wants the fame. Okay, he don't believe in this whole Israelite thing. Yeah, it sounds good. It's sexy. You guys are bold and stand up for what you believe in, but at the end of the day, the money is just too damn good. You know, Sarnetta's the type of nigga, he'll repent once he see the missiles coming, but the Lord gonna smoke him anyway. Because Sarnetta knows the truth. Okay, he even said he's an Israelite. He knows he's an Israelite, and I think deep down inside he really believes it. But in order to keep his gimmick going, he's going to push that Hebrew Hotep nonsense, man. Just confusion. You know? Proverbs 26:7, it says, the legs of the lame are not equal. So is the parable in the mouth of a fool. Okay, and you making the MOTB seems like this is just some great, great mystery. And at a point in time it was. But now it's speaking. Like it says in Habakkuk, it shall speak and not lie. The prophecy aren't lying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to these Walmart, Amazon, or these Amazon smart stores, and you go to these particular, like out there in Times Square, if I'm not mistaken, an article came out that there were riots out there due to the MOTB, but that wasn't the case. You see what I'm saying? But in certain Amazon stores, they do have like the cashless technology, and even certain deep freezer sections, you gotta have some type of sensor in your hand in order to wave to get the freezer unlocked. You can't just go like in Aldi's and open up the freezer and get your Encore, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that no more. You're going to have to show some type of credentialing. You're going to have to show that you're a part of this new system. And a good depiction of that was the movie Demolition Man, when they stated that they had what they call anonymous scraps, which basically stood for people that live off the grid. Basically, they said that these people chose to live beneath us in sewers and tunnels because they didn't want to conform with society. But when they released John Spartan out of the cryostasis, basically he was like frozen for 70 years. You know what I'm saying? And basically they embedded him with the MOTB. And that's how the computer was able to know. The computer had the rundown on this man before he even came back into the world. Okay, and they showed you that. You had to have that MOTB in order to integrate in society, man. So what the hell is these niggas talking about? All right. Proverbs 26:9, it says, "It's a thorn going to the hand of a drunkard. So is a parable in the mouth of fools," man. Okay. And once again, these guys are speaking foolish things, because I think Great Millstone and our affiliates and maybe one or two other camps may teach the MOTB. I know Sakari teach it, but they don't really push it. I know HODC, they teach it, but they don't push it. You know what I'm saying? But AOI, HOI, LOI, okay, Adam Abbott, or the, what do you call it, the Wi-Fi Israelites, which them niggas ain't got no connection, UPK, ISUPK, all them other groups, they teach against it, man. They teach that it's sin, it was an embargo. Like, wait a minute, if you were so solidified on your standpoint on about what this prophecy is, why did you have to change it? And the fact that them Nimrods in your congregation witnessed you change the doctrine, that should have put some type of question marks in their minds to question whether you was lying from the fucking jump. But Great Millstone, we never changed our stance on something, man. We never changed. We always taught that the mark of the beast was the M, was the micro C to the H to the I to the P. We always taught that. We didn't budge on that. We stood on that, and we still standing on that, and it's coming to pass. So yeah, the Most High's getting ready to offer a lot of you Israelites, man, and righteously so. You niggas need to get up out of here, man, for real. You stinking up the truth. You know, Sirach 21:26, it says, "The heart of fools is in their mouth." Yeah, this guy, man, speaking out his ass. Like the brother said, he pulled that out the crack of his ass. He did, man. He did. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, Cesariak doesn't worship Yahweh Bashim and Yahushai. He worshiped ISUPK and Yohana. Okay, same thing. Them guys at the IUIC, the Israel United in Christ, they don't worship Yahweh Bashim and Yahushai. They don't even call on the name. They hate the name. They worship that demigod Nate. That's their God. You got to pledge allegiance to Nathaniel 7 when you go to that congregation, man. The whole Israelite thing and the black picture of Yahweh Shai, that's just a front. They don't believe in that. They don't care about that. You know? They don't. But it reads here, it says, the hearts of the mouth, it says the hearts of fools is in their mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in their spirit, in their heart, right? You know, because we think before we speak and we analyze things, unlike this guy. You know what I'm saying? Want to sound all deep, man, bro, sit your ass down somewhere. You dudes are just, all right, it's time to stop playing, bro, like for real. Sit back and let the men of the Lord do what we got to do. All right, so this is the book of 1 Kings 22, and I'm going to start at verses 19. And it says, and he said, matter of fact, let's start at 18. It says, and the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, did I not tell thee that he will prophesy no good concerning me but evil? And he said, hear that thou the word of Yahweh. I saw the Lord sitting on the throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right and his left side. So the Most High called the council in the heavens, in the spirit world. Okay, and the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said in this manner, and another said in that manner. And therefore came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? Which shows you that the Most High talks to the demons, man. They all in subjection to him. So any type of supernatural activity going down on the planet Earth, where a demon fucking put your ass in the walls of Jericho, man, and whatever you do, it'll hit you with a spinning side kick or a cross jab in your goddamn sleep. The Most High gave him permission to do that to you, man. Okay, the demons don't, or the angels on the right hand side, which they're both angels. But that spiritual world does not operate without the approval of Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so these guys got lying spirits in their mouth, and that's through approval of Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai to put these spirits in them. Because look at the guys on the comment boards. There's a bunch of degenerates, a bunch of niggas, a bunch of yes men, a bunch of wannabe entertainers, a bunch of rappers, a bunch of street niggas. Ain't nobody spiritual really in tune into these men. So it makes sense that a lying spirit would go forth to seal those guys to get them up out of here. Because honestly speaking, a lot of the sealing of the 2/3 is going to come from most of you Israelite camps, man. A lot of you Israelites are going to be the reason why majority of our people die here, because you have a lying spirit on you. You see? Notice we get lower views, lesser views. You know what I'm saying? Less engagement. But that's cool because the Lord is only dealing with the elect anyway. You know? And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, Yahweh hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets, that Yahweh have spoken evil concerning thee, man. Okay, and we get the point in that. But this guy definitely has a lying spirit, man. You know, but I'm going to just end it here, man. I don't want to continue to go in on his rhetoric. But anyway, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Shalom.